Hi guys, it's Yongxin Hu. Welcome back to Hu's Kitchen. Today, I'm going to give you guys one of my dad's most favorite recipe. It's the Chives parcel. It's super delicious, so easy to make. Let's get everything started straight away. The first thing I'm going to do here, we are going to make the dough. So here, I got 220 grams of plain flour or all-purpose flour. Then we are going to add in 100 grams of boiling hot water. And here I'm going to add in my water while I'm using chopstick to mix all the water in. So here I got about 30 grams of room temperature water. And here I'm gonna add in a pinch of yeast or just 1/8 of a teaspoon. Then I'm going to quickly stir it. In this specific recipe, the purpose of the yeast is to give the dough a soft texture. We're not relying on yeast to rise the dough at all. That's why we only use about 1/8. And now I'm gonna add the yeast water in here. Also, I'm going to add in a pinch of salt and 1 tablespoon of oil. Let's give everything a good mix. Right. Once everything is sort of combined, I'm going to use my hand to make the dough. Once all the ingredients mix well as a dough, we are going to leave it in a bowl. And I'm actually going to use some cling film to wrap it. So we are going to leave it in the room temperature for about 10-15 minutes, and then we are going to come back in a sec. It has been 10 minutes. I just quickly use some plain flour, dust my working surface, and I'm going to get my dough out and just quickly knead it a little bit. And then I'm just going to pop it to my glass bowl, and this time we are going to leave the dough in the bowl for about an hour. As I mentioned earlier, we are not going to rely on the yeast to rise the dough. So here, if your dough not rising twice as big or things like that, don't panic, it's normal. Your dough will probably be exactly the same size, and I'll be back in a sec. So here, as the name said, Chives parcel. We are going to use some chives. Just in case you haven't watched my previous video yet, we are going to use some Chinese chives. So compare with normal chives you can buy from the supermarket, this one is much bigger. The one you normally can buy from the supermarkets is mainly for garnish, and these ones you can use in your dish. For example, you can even just put them on barbecue. They taste amazing as well. The reason why I choose this recipe today is because I have the chives left from another video, and in my videos or in my cookings, you guys probably already noticed, I use same ingredients quite a lot because I normally use ingredients or cook the things I got in the fridge or in the house without wasting lots of food. Here, I'm quickly chop the chives. So here, I'm going to quickly chop the ends off. And then we are going to basically just chop them to this big. And here I'm going to quickly do this. Here, just in case you guys don't know, and we are going to use the whole chives. I know it sounds a little bit weird, because for some of the cultures or some people normally cut both ends off. So here I'm going to using all the way until the ends. Unless if the ends is nasty, we're going to chop it off. Otherwise, I'm going to use the whole chives. As once again, I said I don't really want to waste food. Here are my chives chopped. I'm going to leave them just on the side for now. And I'm going to quickly prepare some wood ears and some fried scrambled egg and some spring onion. I'm going to chop them. I got 2 of them here. And I also got some finely chopped ginger here, about 2 tablespoons. And also I'm going to prepare some glass noodles as well. So here I got a few pieces of wood ears and also some glass noodles. So roughly about half of a pack. And just in case you guys never watched my video before, and I'm going to quickly teach you guys how to prepare it. So if you guys have watched my previous video and know how to prepare both wood ears and glass noodles, you can skip this part by pressing the next time point and we'll continue from there. So here I'm using boiling hot water for the wood ears. So for the glass noodles, I'm going to use warm-ish water, and so I'm going to quickly mix some boiling hot water with some room temperature water. And then I'm going to pour in here. For the glass noodles bowl, we are going to leave it on the side for now. And for the wood ears, I'm going to use some cling film to cover it. And we are going to leave both of them on the side for about 10 minutes. So here I got 3 eggs. I'm going to add in a pinch of salt. Then I'm just going to beat them. I'm going to quickly move to the hob because I'm going to make some fried / scrambled eggs. We'll be back in a sec. I'm going to quickly heat my pan up. Once the pan warmed up, I'm going to put in about 2 tablespoons of oil. Then I'm going to add in my egg mixture. So here basically we are just going to constantly stir the egg. We are going to create small pieces rather than a big lump. That's why I'm trying to break down all the big pieces. And once there's no liquid sort of eggs in there anymore, we're going to turn off the heat. And then we're just going to leave them on the side to cool. It has been more than 10 minutes. I got my wood ears and my glass noodles out and drained them and chopped them already. So I just chopped them to like small pieces. Same as the wood ear, I chopped them quite small. Now we are going to make the filling. So I'm going to add in all the chives we chopped earlier on. The eggs. They are cool now. I'm going to add it all in. All the wood ears and glass noodles. And the ginger. So the 2 tablespoons I mentioned earlier on. 2 chopped spring onions. Then we are going to add in 1 tablespoon of sesame oil. 1 tablespoon of light soy sauce. At this point, we are not going to add in any salt because if you watch my previous video, I mentioned in that video, if we add in salt now, all the chives gonna sweat. That's gonna make the whole mixture really soggy and difficult to combine. Also, I'm going to add in 1 tablespoon of corn flour. So corn flour here will help all the filling stick together. So if you don't have corn flour at home, you can use potato starch. That will help as well. Then I'm gonna add in some white pepper powder. So here I'm gonna add in 1/4 teaspoonful. So just give everything a good mix again. It has been an hour and my dough is ready now. I'm gonna quickly use some plain flour, dust my work surface. And then I'm gonna get my dough out. So here we are going to quickly knead the dough a little bit. As you can tell, after an hour, the dough itself is fairly soft and easy to work with. Now I'm gonna shape my dough to a sausage shape. Then I'm gonna divide it from the middle and then divide each half to about 1/3. Then for each one of them, I'm going to just basically press down and then roll it. Here we are going to roll each dough fairly big and thin. Before we put it in the filling, I'm going to add in a pinch of salt. Just give it a quick mix. So from this point, we need to use the filling as soon as possible because all the chives are going to start sweat now. So we are going to use them as fast as possible. Now I'm going to put it in the filling. So here I'm going to put in about 4 tablespoons of filling. I mean, obviously depends on how big you roll your dough, I suppose. So here, I'm going to use this spoon, quickly spread it out, so evenly put all the fillings on this half of the dough. Right, then we are going to basically pick the bottom part up, to cover it. And then we are going to use basically this part is like the end of the thumb to press it down, and same time these hands we are going to gently press the filling and get all the air out of the filling as well. Just like that. So for your Chives parcel, depends on how you want it to look like. Here I want it to look quite pretty, so I'm gonna slightly tidy up the edges a little bit. Then I'm gonna show you guys. So first of all, we are going to fold in this corner, just like that. And then we are going to fold in here. And then where the end is, we are going to push back in. And where the end is, we are going to push back in again. So we are going to repeatedly do the same thing until all of them look the same. I'm going to quickly do this step. So just basically like this. I'm not the best artist, so yeah, and that's what it is supposed to look like. And obviously it depends on your personal preference. You can make the edges of this round just normally sealed, or even like the dumplings I taught you guys to make previously. So yeah, you can use your own creativity. Make the edges look as pretty as you want. Now I'm going to quickly make a few and then we are going to move to the hob. Now I'm going to turn on the heat. And I'm going to put in some oil in here. So basically just enough to cover half of the pan, I suppose. Here, just make sure the bottom is going to be covered. I'm going to quickly brush it. Here, I'm going to turn my heat down to low. And then I'm going to put in my Chives parcel. Carefully. So here we are going to fry our Chive parcel under the low heat the whole time. So we are going to flip it once one side is golden brown. And at the same time, if you have a lid which can cover the pan or even just go inside which can cover them. So basically here, if you cover it and the outside edge, which it won't be contact with the oil at all, will be cooked as well. I mean, if you can't find any lid, the both sides still gonna be cooked. Inside, most of things already cooked, still gonna taste nice, but obviously the outside won't be as good. So once one side is turned hot, and if I flip it, you guys can see slightly better. So can you see like the bottom part is already golden brown? That's when you know one side is done and you need to flip it. So I'm going to quickly flip both of mine. Oh, look at that. Looks so nice. Depends on how big is your Chives parcel. For mine, I cooked each side about 1.5 minutes and then it's ready to flip. Obviously, if yours is smaller, you might want to only cook it for about 1 minute. Or if it's bigger, you might want to extend to 2 minutes. Another 90 seconds just passed. I'm going to basically flip it to one side and then let it to cook slightly more. So both sides supposed to look like this, quite golden brown. So I'm going to cook it slightly longer for probably extra 30 seconds. And then I'm going to take them out and plate them up. Here are my homemade Chive parcels. Now it's the most important part. Try my Chive parcels. I'm just going to use my hand. I'm going to show you guys. Look at all those fillings. Oh my god. Right. Now I'm going to have a bite for you. Wow, they are so good. Oh my god. The outside layer of the parcel, which is the skin, is so thin. Honestly, so thin. And on the edges, they're all so crispy, so nice. And you got lots of fillings inside. So delicious, so juicy and then moist at the same time. Honestly guys, you have to try this recipe. It's so good, it's brilliant. Now I'm going to enjoy my Chive parcels. Don't forget, like this video and subscribe to our channel. If you want to know what's going on next Friday, tap the notification bell. I will see you guys next Friday. Bye.